الحرج والخطير. هذه زيارة مهمة لنا.
Important for us.
ودليل على
And is proof of a joint action between the two parties, the Egyptian and the Iraqi sides. This visit comes at a stage, a dangerous one, the region is passing by. In fact, we can say that this phase is the most dangerous phase the region has witnessed from the political standpoint. The visit of His Excellency, the Minister, comes with the opening of the Iraqi airspace, as he is the first official high-ranking official to visit us after we've opened our airspace. Thank you, Your Excellency. Of course, the Egyptian-Iraqi relations are historic ones, developed relations, friendly relations, and Your Excellency, we were in permanent coordination and consultation during this phase, the war phase, and even before that. We commend the valuable Egyptian action and the great efforts they have exerted in bridging the gaps between the Iranian and the American sides. And Minister Abdelatty, and of course His Excellency, the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, played a very important role, and we were in constant talk with them as well, and we exchanged views in every stage of the mediation efforts to try and reach an understanding between the sides and have a timeline and a set date for the direct talks in Islamabad between the American and Iranian delegations. Iraq believed and still believes in the of dialogue, and to go back to negotiations and to the table of negotiations to solve disputes. But unfortunately, the region, the entire region, faced war. War on Iran was very expanded actually to other areas, including Iraq. And actually, we are the victims of this war. There were attacks, continuous attacks on Iraq from different elements of the struggle. And also there were attacks on the Gulf countries and on Jordan. And as was our position in condemning the war on the Islamic Republic, our position was also clear in condemning the attacks and the aggression on Gulf countries and on Jordan. We were in direct consultation with a number of capitals, and of course one of them, dear beloved Cairo. In our discussions and in our meeting with His Excellency the Minister, we talked about the upcoming negotiation process in Pakistan, and we support this path, we endorse it, and we hope that the negotiating process would reach its goal, which is peace and security in the region. Of course, we studied and we also tackled the catastrophic situation in Lebanon, and we strongly condemn the continuous attacks on the people of Lebanon, and we declare our full solidarity with the people of Lebanon, and we strongly call for halting the aggression on Lebanon. Continuing with these attacks on Lebanon actually is a continuation, is an attack on the negotiating table in Islamabad itself. So the goal is to sabotage the negotiating process in Pakistan, and this is why in our talk we have talked with the Iranian side, and especially with our colleague Brother Abbas Iraqi, and we affirmed to him that the Iranian delegation must stick to going to Islamabad and to the set time date, and to the fact that there's no alternative to negotiations but negotiations. And we hope that the negotiations would lead to concrete results, and that these results would bring good and prosperity to all, and would bring security and stability to the entire region, including our country, Iraq. Here in Iraq, we have suffered from wars. We suffered from this war as well in the region, and that's why if the war ends, and we are calling for the end of this war, we don't just want to see a ceasefire, we want to see an end, a complete end to the war. So if we reach a complete halt, an end to this war, we will be creating a new conditions in this region, and we have to prepare ourselves to be dealing with a very special new situation in the region that needs deep dialogue to deal with the wounds, with the problems, the social problems, the political problems, the economic problems as well. So this war, it's known that it has affected the maritime routes and the prices of energy. We saw how the prices of oil and energy increased, and this has caused an economic crisis in a number of countries, especially in the non-producing oil countries. And as far as Iraq is concerned, Iraq was also negatively affected because it was very difficult for us to export the Iraqi oil. But we did reach in the past few days to some understandings with the Iranian side to allow the Iraqi oil ships to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Once again, Excellency the Minister, I welcome you in Baghdad, Baghdad, the city of peace. I welcome you between the members of your family and your brothers. Welcome to Baghdad. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. At the start, of course, I thank very much and express my deep appreciation to my dear brother, His Excellency, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Iraq, Dr. Fouad Hussein. And I thank him very much for the hospitality in my second country here in Iraq. I'm very happy to be in the premises of this great capital, Baghdad. And I'm saying this with directives, as I've received directives from His Excellency President Sisi to visit Iraq and to offer all means of support to Iraq in these critical and dangerous conditions the region is witnessing. And naturally, Iraq and the Iraqi leadership has to be informed about the complete picture regarding the developments here in the region in the midst of the latest efforts exerted, and of course, and also a message from His Excellency President Sisi to His Excellency the Prime Minister of Iraq, Dr. Shia al-Sudani. I talked with Dr. Fouad about first of all the bilateral relations, and there are historic bilateral relations, extended ones, and we agreed on deepening this relationship in a way that serves the interests of the peoples of the two brotherly states. We talked also about the dangerous developments the region is witnessing, and surely Egypt from the very start called for diplomatic and political solutions, because history always reminds us that military solutions only bring about destruction and complications in relationships between the peoples, and of course have great repercussions, as His Excellency Dr. Fouad mentioned. It has a social, political and economic negative effect, the wars, I mean. So, and that's why Egypt from the very start, with directives of His Excellency the President, played a leading role in trying to de-escalate the situation and contain the struggle and prevent the region from sliding into all-out chaos, and leading to a state where everybody would be a loser. No one would gain from this. And this, we talked with our brothers in Pakistan and in Turkey, and consulted and coordinated and moved with them in coordination with our brothers in the brotherly Arab Gulf countries and other Arab countries to work, of course, especially with the brotherly state of Iraq. And I was very keen to be in constant coordination with Dr. Fouad and exchange viewpoints and listen to the Iraqi vision. The Iraqi vision, which is always important, naturally, very important. And so we moved from the very start to push for political solutions and to push for negotiations and to push for peaceful settlements of the struggle as stated by the United Nations Charter. And these efforts indeed did result finally in starting to build a path of dialogue, a path of negotiation, especially after U.S. President Donald Trump announced the suspension of military operations for 2 weeks, and we are waiting for the start of negotiations in Islamabad, and we commend the role of Pakistan, and we are coordinating daily with Islamabad on this issue, trying to reach and hoping that these negotiations would find exits, specific ones, and of course I talked with my brother Dr. Fouad that all Arab countries must be involved in anything that is to be reached in these negotiations. And that's why the security concerns of the Gulf countries, the brotherly Gulf countries, and Jordan and Iraq must be addressed, highly addressed, and that also it must be taken in consideration also the security concerns of all Arab countries. So any agreement between the Iranian and American sides must take into account these concerns. And I talked with my brother, His Excellency Dr. Fouad. We talked deeply about the aggressions that targeted brotherly countries, the Arab Gulf countries, on Iraq and on Jordan. And naturally, Egypt, from the very first day of these military operations, strongly condemned in a clear way, a very clear way. It had condemned all the attacks that occurred from the part of Iran on all brotherly states, because they are aggressions that cannot be explained, does not have a pretext, should not have a pretext, unacceptable attacks, especially against countries that did not get involved in military operations. And so it was very wrong to target these countries by Iran, and we are repeating again our complete condemnation, comprehensive condemnation of the attacks. And we heard a short while ago that some of these attacks are still proceeding against brotherly Arab Gulf countries, and we once again condemn these attacks. The security of the 6 Arab Gulf countries, and as well as Iraq and Jordan, is part and parcel of the national security of Egypt and the national security of the Arab region, and we cannot tolerate these unacceptable attacks. Naturally, we are looking forward to healthy relations with all the neighboring countries, and there must be security understandings in the region, and the Arab countries and all of the region's countries must be consulted in these security understandings. This is an issue that is very important to the countries of the Gulf, Iraq, Jordan, Egypt, and all of the regional countries. And we affirmed that we must have a healthy atmosphere for the relationship and the good neighborly policies and the respect of international law in these relationships. And again, naturally, we affirm always the great relations that we have, that Iraq has with the brotherly Arab Gulf countries and with the neighboring countries led by brotherly Kuwait. And as you know, I was in the brotherly state of Kuwait yesterday. It was a visit of solidarity and endorsement. Naturally, we support Kuwait and the brotherly Arab Gulf countries and brotherly Iraq and also brotherly Jordan against any aggressions and attacks targeting them. And we affirmed the main principles of the importance of the good neighborly policies, respect of the sovereignty of these states, and the non-interference policies, the importance of non-interference. We also talked about the attacks that occurred on the Beirut, on the brotherly state of Lebanon. These are very dangerous attacks, the ones that led to the killing of not tens but hundreds of our brothers in Lebanon. And these Israeli aggressions are to be condemned in the strongest of terms, unacceptable, and don't have a pretext, and is a clear violation of international law. We talked about the importance of political solutions and the importance of dialogue. Negotiations don't have an alternative. There was also an extended dialogue about the Arab region's #1 cause, which is the Palestinian cause. And I talked and I am informed, actually the foreign minister and the prime minister of also Iraq, about all of the developments and moving towards the second phase of the the Donald Trump, the Gaza ceasefire deal, and the importance of the security, the importance of the security and sovereignty of Lebanon, and the importance of implementing UN Resolution 1701, Again, I want to express my great happiness to be here in brotherly Iraq, and I thank again His Excellency the Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister of Iraq for this hospitality and for the generosity, and we hope all prosperity and all great things to Iraq and to all of the countries of the region, because what we have witnessed over the past few years, from crises, from struggles, from tension, must force us to work seriously to end these crises and to make the voice of wisdom prevail and the voice of dialogue prevail, and this is the way by how we can reach peace and security and stability in the region. Thank you again, Your Excellency, for your hospitality and generosity.